Hello, I am Dylan, and welcome to the start of a new NAPA Sim season. Little disclaimer here prior to Duel 1 and Duel 2, there was some audio and graphics issues in my recording that ended up causing a bit of an issue, and we had to use our backup recording of the stream itself. And we had to use that for both the duels, and to our knowledge, we did not know that this was going to be an occurrence, but I take full blame. And the rest of Speedweek's trucks, all the way onto the 500, will be better. Just wanted to give you viewers a quick disclaimer prior to the recording that there will be some major audio and graphics issues that you will notice throughout the race, but it's simply first stage jitters. But trust me, as the season goes on, us in the commentary booth will only get better, and the recordings will only improve. Hope you guys enjoy the race.
Welcome to the first event of the next generation of NAPA Sim Season 6 on presented by Maxwell Television. You'll be joined here in the booth by Dylan and Chris, along with a guest analyst and one of the more phenom rookies we've seen in this sport in Chase to help analyze throughout this race. So Dylan, while qualifying, sees I am an Antioter first. What do we expect from this duel?
Well, right away, if I am an anti-odor right now, you should most definitely, when we get going, just try and be conservative. Manage your stuff. If you see like the pack is a little bit too crazy for your liking, I would back out of it. You won your first ever pole, and it's the Daytona 500. There is no problem with just riding around here and keeping a clean car, because if you wreck this car and have to go to the rear, that will give the pole to Chase, which is in the booth, and we'll see him in Duel 2, and to his outside, Typical. All he has to worry about is just getting to the front and staying at the front. He already is up here starting second, quickest in practice as well. But if he can win this duel, he'll be starting third here for this Daytona 500. And let's talk about practice real quick here after a crazy practice. Typical got in a crash, a minor crash, at least for him. Little bit of hood damage, easily repaired, very minor repairs. And well, quickest in practice. So it seemed like that damage didn't affect him at all. And but my mistake. Back here, we have new Riley Davis Jr. and Kermit. We will talk about them more starting grid, but they were involved in that practice crash there at the rear. But if you are typical, you've already seen that you have a fast car after being quickest in practice. Now you got to go out here in the duels and win the duel, put yourself third. And typical someone that doesn't wait around. Don't be surprised if he's in the lead right away in both the duel and the 500.
All right, let's. And now I think it's a good time to get to our starting grid. Dylan will start us off with our first few rows.
And on the first row, we have Iman Antioto. Just like I said, first career pole here. He'll be leading the field of green in the duel and in the Daytona 500. He is next to Typical. In row two, we have Commander and TXN, who qualified in on speed. What a job by this rookie that will be making his third career cup start on Sunday for the 500. Row three, we have Vixterity next to Jacob. And in row four, Garrett and Dylan.
Let's go to row 5. We got Discord Bot and Meme. In row 6, we have Montana and Stu. Row 7, we have the 33 Junior and one of our cars that have to make it in Sup NASCAR. Then in row 8, we're going to have JJO and Doug.
Row 9, we got the number 9 of Max starting to the next to the 31 of Nexus. Row 10, we got Isolated and Sean. Row 11, New Day and Riley Davis Jr. And in the back, the number 77 of Kermit.
These three had to drop to the rear. As real quick before we get underway here, our five drivers that have to make it in on speed. TXN, he qualified in, nothing to worry about. But the five drivers that we have here, the first one, the 89 of Sup NASCAR. He is a pioneer of the series, all three series, as a matter of fact, trying to make another Daytona 500. Behind him in the qualifying order, Nexus Code in the 31. Someone that would be a bit of a shocker, in my opinion, but He's had experience in the draft. Let's see what he can do. Next up, Isolated in the 98, another one of our pioneers and someone that just deserves a chance. Well, I think it'd be a good start for him if he can race his way into the Daytona 500. And he is next to rookie and Xfinity regular, just like Nexus Code, Sean in the 13. Xfinity regular running for Sunbelt, but for a majority of the Cup Series season and races he runs, he will be on Dawson Enterprises. And while this car is unsponsored right now, he makes the race, that car will be covered in sponsors. But first, he has to make the race. And then the big story, Riley Davis Jr., the rookie, one of our championship contenders last season. Riley Davis Jr. made the move up to Cup Series, rookie, trying to make his first career Cup Series start after a practice crash, gone to the rear, backup car. The rookie has to race his way in. After he does that, so much stress lifted off of him until Sunday, and then the stress comes back. But if you're these two Dawson cars, these are the two cars I'm looking at. These cars lacked a bit of speed in practice. They need to have good race pace and qualifying because two cars will go home. And it's as simple as this. For 5 drivers that have to race their way in, just be the quickest of the 5. Be the 3 quickest, and you're good. The last 2 in the results will go home. It's that simple. TXN, nothing to worry about. He can drop to the back if he wants to. These guys back here, they don't have to worry about him at all. They're all just racing amongst themselves. But I think we're ready to get the command to fire engines here in this first duel.
We are up firing 40 laps here for Duel 1, much like in Duel 2. Typical coasting it a little bit as we begin the slow cruise to the start of this duel and the start of official season 6 competition.
This is the first
That's
time these cars have all been on track right next to each other, and these cars are going the quickest they've gone all weekend. We're about ready to go here, guys. As they come off turn 4, a new era, the next generation of the NAPA Sim Series. We're ready to go. Season 6 is about to get underway. 20 drivers are ready to race 40 laps around the high banks at Daytona to set the lineup for the Daytona 500. Let's roll at Daytona. Green flag is out.
And the season has officially started. For some of these guys, it's their first time in these cup cars. For others, it is their consecutive start in these cup cars, having done this track before, as typical goes to the lead here in the turn 1.
And oh my goodness, Stu, an aggressive move already almost 4 wide, backs out of that.
You went for it instantly, and I'm an anti-shooter to not get a good start. There's not a rule about beating the leader to the line, but if there was, that would be as obvious as ever. I'm an anti-shooter just did not fire off. Not sure if he just wants to drop out already or what, but typical. All on his own, pulling away from the field. But here comes that bottom lane as we come to the end of the first lap.
That's right. The 48 did not have a good start at all. And actually, typical is kind of protecting the bottom lane right now, but he is way far ahead of the pack. As right now, the 48 continues to drop on that top side.
3x3 here throughout the pack. It is lap 2. These guys are ready to get at it. They should be getting up to full speed now. 193, 100, a bit quicker than practice, but they'll be even quicker on Sunday.
I
Don't
think
want
one
to
of the
go 4
Dawson
wide.
cars back there are already starting to begin to lose the pack. I think that might be the 13.
It is. That's already out of the draft. I was worried about this. I didn't think it was going to be that quick, though. That's not a good sign. I mean, this could be a strategy call, but it's a rough strategy call if so. Typical, commanding in the early going. He leads the first laps as these drivers just continue to cycle. 22 cars still remain in the draft.
Yeah, you see Nexus and Sub NASCAR tailing there. Sub NASCAR is in the last transfer spot, I think. No, isolated Ryan Davis Jr., but he's the first one out right now.
On board with I am an Antioder as he is middle, or my bad, top 3 wide here.
Also,
Typical just doing his thing.
correction, Sub NASCAR is the last transfer spot.
That is true.
Yes.
Ahead of the 31 in Nexus Code, who's trying to keep up.
So far, nobody's really broken out of this pack. It's been too wide for second for the last three laps since the start, but so far, nobody's really been able to challenge the leader so far.
I don't think right now
Yeah,
nobody's really making a run at that.
Yeah, Typical's just doing this all on his own right now. I'm a little bit shocked, but at the same time, this is one of the quicker cars in the field. And after what we saw in practice, I mean, if there was anyone to be able to do this, it would be him. But maybe there's just slower cars at the front. Junior's leading that high lane here. He's gonna come down in front of the 9 and the 19 of new, and here comes all three of our drivers that went to the rear, all on the bottom, including Riley Davis Jr. in the 73.
I
That's
think
right, 4 cars in the top 5 that started in the rear with the 33, the 9 of
Not the
Mac,
33.
New Day,
Oh,
and
you're
the
talking about just
77
the
of Kermit. All from the back now to the front in the top 5, as they
I
are now single file from first to third.
I think some NASCAR and Nexus are going to hold on to the draft here. They've caught back up to the field and they're starting to merge into the pack. So it's a very unfortunate for the 13 of Sean. He will not be in this pack unless a caution occurs.
I mean, there's 40 laps, a long way to go here, and we're already 3 by 3. These guys are ready to go right away. And just as I honestly expected, I'm an Antioter straight to the back of the field, being cautious, but this isn't cautious right here. 4 wide at Daytona.
Or wide, you got to be careful here. You can wreck doing this. Stu and Doug. Let's see if they get stuck
Oh
together.
boy.
Contact. More contact. Crash.
Spins
Oh.
around. JJO into the wall.
Oh, Stu went on top of Disco,
Oh.
but he plows him again. And he plows the 26 of JJO, sorry.
Caution's out. Are we racing back? No, to the inside of typical. Some guys are still racing. We do race back to cautions.
Yep, Typical has just lost the lead, but
Which by his
another
teammate.
important bot might be out. 3 wide for second.
Meme trying to get up in here. Dylan on the bottom. Jake up as well as they get back to the caution. Typical will lose the lead and will give it up to New, one of our veterans. He will lead it back to the caution flag in front of teammate Riley Davis Jr. And now all these guys here have to do what seems to be a troubling thing is get back in line without making contact. But already only 5 laps into our duel, we might have just DNF'd a few cars here early. But what I am sure of is none of the drivers collected are drivers that have to worry about racing their way in. That is the one positive thing, but it looks like we will have even more drivers drop into the rear here in this one. As Doug was one of those guys involved in the 08. Minor damage, I think he will be okay. And then JJO, Stu in the 93. That car might not be repairable. Let's take a look at what happened.
Happens here. Stu goes 4 wide, went 4 with Doug into turn 3 and 4. And this is obviously not going to work. They're banging off each other. They start sliding up the track into the 55 of Discord bot. They go up. Stu almost goes on top of the 55 of Discord bot. I believe JJO spins out on his own here for the result, but then Discord bot plows into him. Hard impact for that number 55. Everyone else does a good job of avoiding this wreck.
You know what I think? I think the 93 did not know they were 4 wide. He probably thought he was just 3 wide in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a good case here. And it's, I mean, first time in the draft. Some teams have new spotter combinations. Might just be miscommunication. Well, and speaking of which, there's the 13 of Sean. Big break here, but now another restart. Now he has to keep up again. None of the drivers that he needed to have a problem had a problem. So this time he's got to do a bit better job keeping up.
So yeah, see, and another look here. Let's let Chris go through it.
In front of him, Doug gets scissored by Stu and Discord bot, and unfortunately, just nowhere to go for the 26 car, and just got plowed into the quarter panel by Discord bot.
Yeah, just JJO had that avoided, but ran into the 99.
Go on board with the 89 of something NASCAR.
Wreck happens ahead of him here.
Yeah.
And
Smart move.
He's going to drive by.
Smart move on the apron to avoid that one. But
Yeah,
I definitely
simple
do.
job by Sup NASCAR.
Yeah, I definitely do think that number 55 is going to the rear, though. And possibly the 93 and 26 as well.
2x2, back to the restart zone. It will be lap 11 when we hit the line. About the only one out of the race. And here we go. Green flag is back in the air. New and Riley Davis Jr. teammates lead the way.
93 is atrociously slow off the start.
Yeah, I'm curious how these damaged cars will go. I mean, if you are a damaged car like this, gotta see if you could get this thing repaired. Might as well stay on track. See if this thing has any speed in it. The 26 and the 93 already fading, but the 99 and the OA, who pitted for damage, are staying in the draft. The 13 already, oh, no help at all. The 13 needs some help here. But still 2x2. New clears them, gets in front of teammate Riley Davis Jr., and will now go down the cover of the spot.
But Meme is to the inside of his teammate, however, and second place in qualifying, typical to the inside as well. Look for a moment, but just has to stay behind the 7 car as New Day will lead this lap over his teammate.
In the 26, while they're not keeping up with the draft, at least they're with each other, so they might make minimum speed. And hell, if those cars can keep up enough pace, maybe they can repair that thing. Just get the best finish they can. We're on lap 12 of 40 here. A lot can still happen. Meme clears, jumps in front of the 73, but that might have been a bad mistake because now typical. Big run on the bottom. Jacob helping.
Yeah, I think you already see the after effects of an early wreck like that. No 3 wide to start off, and they're still sticking to 2x2 action here. And I think that's a pretty smart move at the field. All of them wanting to, log laps, get it clean at least to the end where they have a fighting chance to really, in case they do wreck, they're wrecking for something.
Jacob just went for it. 3 wide under typical. And isolated to the middle. Junior gets put in the middle. Never mind. Here we go. Starting it again.
Yeah, Mac, you might have to take back what you said earlier because out of turn 4, Typical made a move inside of New Day, and consequently, a move was made to the inside of him, and now they're 3 wide, several rows back behind the leader right now, as the 14 takes the lead right now.
Here comes the 45 of Montana, surging on the inside, run from TXN and I am an anti-odor, and Montana in the lead. Looking to prove that he's a real thing. He got a win last season at Pocono, first round exit, but he's got things to prove here.
Jacob was going to get out front and keep it, but right away just lost. And that's kind of a thing to know here in these super speedways, especially with these cars. You get such a huge run, you can cover a lane because no matter what, they're going to get to your side. Thing to note at all the super speedways this season. And TXN to the front, and I'm an anti-odor. Apparently did not get the memo because risking a lot of things here racing in this draft. But hey, you need to get some intel with your car. You need to see how this thing will race because he's starting from the pole. So he's going to be forced to race at the front tomorrow. You got to see how your car behaves and then maybe drop out a bit later. TXN, though, is going to lead a lap in the Cup Series. Even if it's the duel, that's a lap lead for the rookie.
It might be a dual race, but this might be what we see in the actual Daytona 500 because, again, it might be a dual race. This is for positions on the inside line, but these guys want all the track position as the 9 of Mac goes to the inside of the leader and will take the lead away with help behind him, but it is 3 abreast as they go onto the back straightaway, now into turn 3.
As you had a shot at this being a more hectic duel, considering the stacked amount of drivers that were in this duel, and it looks like we're getting that Garrett to the inside of Mac in the meanwhile, but you pretty much look like you're going to have the hectic duel, and it looks like it's going to be duel 1. 3x3 coming across the line.
Right, Mac got the lead, but lost it straight away, and Mac is forced 4 wide.
Oh, contact, Herbert of Exterity. Herbert forced his way down on that inside. We're going to have trouble if they don't get out of it.
Right, that is Mac on the outside. Kermit on the inside. A sandwich of 2 in between, making contact door to door as they go into turns 3 and 4.
Figured it out.
Mac backs out of it.
Mac the
Luckily,
veteran.
they figured it out.
Yeah, Mac the veteran backs off there. gives Commander the space to prevent a possibly terrible situation from occurring.
Garrett now to the front, Dylan behind, and now new Typical and Riley Davis Jr. and Jacob cycle back to the front. That again, that's always what happens. That's always what happens at these super speedways. If you fall to the back, there's a good chance you'll cycle right back up there. You just have to time it.
And slowly starting to
Dylan
calm it
now
maybe a
leads.
little bit as a result of that 4 wide.
I mean, we've seen a lot of positional changes, especially for the lead. The 61 of Dylan's up here now, and New Day is back. Typical is back, and the 33 he was leading earlier in this race. Junior, he's back up here as well. But right now, it is Dylan, New Day, Typical, your top three as they go across the start finish line.
Dylan is a known veteran and a known good super speedway racer, but he's been racing here for a while, and after failing to get a win in the North playoffs, a lot of speculation about how this driver will take the season. Will it be his last? How will he play it? We'll lead in the duel right now, but Typical don't care about any of that. Straight to the inside. Does he have enough momentum? Looks like it. Gonna get to the bumper, try and side draft a little bit, and he'll have the inside advantage. It looks like off 2 dodges, lead free, followed by a Chevrolet and Jacob.
I mean, you said it in the pre-race show, Dylan. That 23 car has something to prove because he was fastest in practice, and right now he's trying to show his muscle, I guess, as that 23 car is back up to the front, but he's being challenged already as they enter turn one. That is the 14 and the 33 to his inside.
Transfer battle right there between the 89 and the 31. They are side by side, and them being side by side, they are losing the drive side by side. One of them has to figure it out. We're not even halfway yet. Sup NASCAR clears Nexus. There's a lot of racing left. You gotta be cautious because you don't both want to lose fighting chance. Because the 98, this car's been in the draft since the start. And of course, the 73 was going to be fast. So if you're the 89 and the 31, settle down, get in a rhythm. Still a lot of time, but you have to keep up. You cannot lose it. And looking at the telemetry, there's a chance. They need to do a bit of a better job here. Typical back out front.
Hey,
The
yellow lights I
45
saw.
car. Go ahead, Mac.
Thought I saw yellow lights in the caution for a second.
Doesn't look like it unless if Stu and JJO are being stupid in the back, but it doesn't look like it.
We're back
Doug
3 by
also
3.
still trailing.
We are back to 3 by 3 action, but it's 4 rows deep. Maybe not as deep as last time.
And all of this action in the mid pack is allowing the 23 of Typical and the 14 of Jacob to calm down because right now they are single file for first and second, while the 45 of Montana is side by side with the 33 of Jacob. Not anymore as he gets a run and a push from Kermit.
Yeah, that's the 33 of Junior that was on Montana's outside. Now Junior fades back a little bit. Typical and Jacob, in my opinion, are the two fastest duel. Jacob, that Alberto Motorsports team got some fast cars at the super speedways. He has a run. We've seen these drivers be aggressive and not want to follow everyone. They make a move the second it's available, but no, he will choose to follow, and that might be the bad because Montana not going to wait around to the inside of Jacob. Typical, though, can control the lanes. Now Kermit says, I'm going to go under both of you. 3 wide for second.
And Typical is saying, thank you, boys. Battle each other while I stay in the lead because they are 3 wide entering turn 1, and Kermit and that green car is going to take second place away from Montana as the 14 drops back to the raging Hornet's nest behind them as they are still 2 by 2.
Is that the leader does not run right on that yellow line, and that is why we have so many passing opportunities. Look at how Typical's running in the middle lane. That is what's allowing so many passing opportunities because the leader is not stuck to that bottom. I'm not sure if handling's becoming a problem or if that's just a choice from the 23 because no wonder we're having so many battles for the lead because the leader is leaving themselves vulnerable to that preferred bottom lane. Luckily, Typical is quick enough to where the 45 can't really gain despite running that middle lane. But still, look at how vulnerable he's allowing himself as here comes the 90 isolated. trying to make a run at it. He now moves to that middle lane.
I want to counter your point. I don't think it's a vulnerable position. I think typical thinks he's fine where he is because right now he hasn't really had to defend that position so much. I mean, look what they're doing behind him. They're 3 by 3, 2 rows deep, about to be 3 rows deep as mid pack. They're about to go crazy in a second, but right now typical is just not really having to defend so much as they continue to be 3 by 3 while he maintains the lead.
Love this for these two, Isolated and TXN. We already know that TXN is in on speed, but Isolated in the 98, won at Homestead last year, Xfinity Series, known pioneer, known backmark, and he doesn't get many opportunities to run up near the front. And here he is now to super speedway, up here in the top 3 in the duels. Now he gets put to that outside. Now I think he's going to drift a little bit. But he had a moment there where I thought he could run down that 23 revenue shooter with a monster run all the way up, looking for second. Maybe on TXN. No, he gets bailed. Dylan was not going to work with the 73. Dylan to the bottom. TXN holds that second spot, but typical. Just continuing to manage the gap in. Not gonna say anything, just gonna point it out. Just pointing this out real quick. But we're gonna keep looking at the front of the field.
You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying here is that the 23 is obviously the best car leading right now because he can just stay up there. No matter what anybody does, they try to catch him and they fall back again. It's just the difference between the best car and all the rest.
I'd like to give a quick update on our transfer battle. The 98 is good, the 73 is good. This isn't good. The 89 is good. He's in, but it's all about the 31's able to run down the 89 and possibly make a move on him late in this race. But someone that is making move, Dylan to the inside, a typical for the race lead. 2 dodges side by side. Put another dodge in third. Pole sitter, I'm an anti-odor.
At traffic ahead, we're coming very, very close to it. We're gonna see how the pack interacts with this. I think they're already kind of trying to maybe chill it a little bit to maybe counteract for this lap traffic. One of those is 13 of Sean, so a quick caution is probably gonna have to happen to save his hopes of getting into this race.
Speed. It's just all about how the leaders deal with them. Typical right back to the bottom. That car is so fast, and Typical can do whatever he wants with that car, having no issues. There's the 13, and watch out. Let's see how this goes. Dylan right to the bottom. That's a veteran move. But will he recognize that the 93 is there? Jumps to the high side, but gets blocked.
Tried to suck him to the
and
middle,
here's
couldn't do it.
Now the
and here
bottom
comes that
lane's going
bottom
to cruise
line.
on by. This breaks everything up. But now, Typical, he's got a big lead, but this is a huge lead. That is insanely huge. He's going to get freight trained here in a second.
I think for the most part they figured out that lap traffic though. Dylan hasn't.
Yeah, still stuck to the high side. They are all single file here, riding in line. And Typical, give it another lap. They will be not even a lap. Give him another half lap, and they're going to run him down. There's Sean. He needs a caution right now. It didn't happen. I would be worried.
I would like to kick it over to the guest attendance we have in the booth, Jace. So you just mentioned earlier how fast the 23 is. I believe you were in the same group as him you grew in the same pack as him in practice. So what do you think just makes this 23 so fast this weekend specifically?
It's really just experience. He's just so good at what he does. He knows where the cars are. He knows how to block. And the car is just good. I don't know. I can't really explain it. The car is just really good.
A good insight. Chase is going to be leaving the booth here, not now, but in a little bit. And he's going to have to jump into that car, and he'll be too. Excited to see what he can do. Not sure his plan, running the pack, not running the pack. We will see. But what we do know is that the left cars have been pretty much maneuvered. Sean is playing a little bit of defense. He wants to hang on to this pack just in case a caution happens. He will be the free pass, but it's starting to get really rough for those Dawson cars. The 31 is struggling to keep up with the 89, and Sean in general struggling to keep up with the draft itself, and he is messing up other cars as well. It has gotten really tame. After that first crash has happened, they just all decided, hey, let's make it to the end. Let's preserve our cars, especially for the guys that already went to a backup car. Let's not have to be forced to try and repair one of our other cars. And that's exactly what's going on with Kermit and New, who are second and third, but Typical has led a good portion of the laps. Kermit's trying to break that right now, down to the inside, trying to take the lead away.
Yeah, typical. I mean, typically you hear him of being the road course ace, especially from last season, but he has experience in ovals. His first win in the NAPA Sim Series came at season 1 Charlotte. He could definitely play game on the ovals, and I think some people just don't notice that. He could definitely play game on the ovals. One of his wins last year was also on an oval at Michigan. He could play ball at these big tracks and the big ovals, and we are seeing that here.
Typical gets put 3 wide. He's going to have some time to get back to the front, but this is the first time Typical's been put this far back. We'll now see how his car handles and if he can continue to make his way through the field.
Yeah, now the field is starting to decide, hey, we stayed behind the 23 for a bit too long. They were single file for a bit, but now Kermit's in the lead with the 51 of Garrett behind him and the 19 of New Day, as they all want to. They all not only do they want to start the highest they can for the Daytona 500, but they also want information for the 500 because they know that 23 car is fast. But more importantly, how well can that 23 car be when he's in traffic? Because right now he's on the outside line, way far back, and currently the 77 car leads as they are side by side for second. Dylan to the inside as he tries to contest that position with Garrett.
This is an interesting scenario here with the 77 Kermit because this is a backup car. They have not yet repaired their main car. Not sure if they will be able to, but this is a backup car. Now, this is the backup car that they're using in the duels, but I mean, per the rule book, I don't think Kermit can start third. I'm not fully sure how that would work out with a backup car already running in the duels. That's an interesting scenario. That would have to be worked out later, but it might not matter because Dylan, who is not in a backup car, to the lead with
And we got
Isolated,
we almost
giving
had
him a
trouble.
push.
I was about to mention we almost had trouble behind Jacob and TXN got together, and Riley Davis Jr. really wanted to push it 4 wide, but he made the smart move and backed off. We almost had a disaster there, and luckily for the field, that didn't happen.
I'm an Antioter kind of hanging in the back. I feel like now he's gotten the memo. Okay, let's secure this pole. He hasn't made much moves in the late stages. Isolated, falling to 61, but TXN is going to now make a move under the 98. It's getting intense here. We're coming down to 7 laps to go. Dylan comes up to block Kermit. Big block. Now back to the bottom to secure the block on Isolated. Now back to the top. This is a veteran working the lanes.
Dylan does have a Daytona 500 in his books, the season 2 Daytona 500, but you can still get some experience despite running an entirely different number and an entirely different manufacturer in that race. That was one of Audi's only 2 wins in the series. They only ran season 2 with the 61, which was a 76 back then. But Dylan has won here before, and he definitely knows how to work these lanes. He also won Xfinity Daytona season 2, I believe.
Isolated keeps the spot ahead of TXN. Imagine the scenes if Isolated could get a dual win and start third for the Daytona 500. This guy just needs a chance, and he is showing it right now, trying to hold off the 01 of TXN. But again, just like almost all race long, the bottom lane gets left open. TXN jumps to the bottom.
Yep,
3 by
TXN
3.
tried that move earlier, did not quite work out well for him, but this time he has a chance. He has a push from the 79 Ford Mustang behind him.
Made a
Gets
mistake
him up
there.
to second place as he's side by side with the 77 car now. But they are
Went in front of
3
the
by 3, all the way back behind the leader.
went in front of the 73 of Riley Davis Jr. And, well, Riley Davis Jr. said, I'll take this push from Jr. And now clear now he's going to do what TXN did. Now it's just going to give Jr. a chance to jump to the bottom. No, the 73 will hold. Dylan controlling the lanes with Typical stuck in traffic. 5 to go in Duel 1.
The 33 car is coming as well. The bottom line is starting to roll as the 73 profited from it, and now the 33 wants to as well. The top two are single file. The 33 is about to break away from the pack in a second, but can the 79 card, 73 card, do anything about Dylan as he is on the back bumper as they go into 3 and 4?
Riley Davis Jr. He's going to be making his first Cup start, presumably from looking at where he is in the field. Will be making his first Cup start on Sunday in the Daytona 500. What a way to scare the field early by stealing a duel win from veteran Dylan. They are gapping the field as they tandem off in the 1 and 2.
The field has not really separated themselves, actually. The 33 went up the racetrack, and Montana's now to the inside, and he has help from Meme. These guys really do need to be organized because they are fighting into attrition. They are 3 wide right there, and 2 for third place as the 73 and the 60. Oh, 48 got into the apron there. 48 kept it going, but like these guys are just fighting so hard while the top two continue to pull away.
If you're Dylan, you don't want to see Iman Antioter in your rear view mirror. Not because he can pass you, but because he's even in the draft. If you're Iman Antioter, get out. Secure your pole position. You're in the middle of 3 wide. 3 laps to go. Montana's not going to wait around. He's gonna move the Ford out of the way and try and dodge my issues before the end of this race. Doug is slow. One of those damaged cars that are just trying to get to the finish. And it looks like all these guys might have to move around. Here comes Typical. He has cleared the pack, and he's coming with the run.
And
The
you
3
see,
Hellcats about to be 1, 2, 3. We got Dylan,
Oh,
we got
boy.
Montana, and we got the 23 of Typical. As Typical goes to the inside of Montana for second.
I was going to
2 to
mention,
go.
maybe we're going to maybe see Montana block for Typical, but they even no shot to do it there. New try to look inside, can't do it. They've going to catch Doug. Now let's see
Boy.
what Typical does. He's got
Yeah.
Dylan in his sights.
New
2
as
laps
well
to
there.
go.
4 veterans at the front of the field here. 4 drivers that have had years of experience. Typical to the inside of Dylan, trying to take the lead as we come to the white flag.
If Typical's in the insides, they go into 3 and 4. New Day behind Dylan. Kermit behind the leader, Typical, as they catch up to Doug. What will Doug do? Doug goes to the top. Typical goes to the bottom. Doug's going to be screwed on top. White
Wow.
flag. Typical has the lead. Kermit's in second. Everyone is stuck behind Doug. It's the 77 and the 23 for the win, I think.
Typical planned that perfectly. Gets around the 08 of Doug. Isolated in third. Tried to clear Vixterity. Or my bad. Tried to clear Doug with Vixterity right behind him. Another left car. JJO in the 26. This could get bad here. I would be worried about everyone back here. If you're the top 2, top 3, top 4 now, you're good. But back here, it's a minefield as they come off 4. The fastest car trying to secure a third place starting position in the duel off turn 4. Typical with Kermit behind him. Typical will come to the flag and win Duel 1. And to the line, Isolated comes on third. He is in the Daytona 500. Riley Davis Jr. will finish in the 16th position. And back here, they are side by side. This is a race for the transfer.
The 31 and the 89. This is for the transfer spot.
Side by side. Can Nexus Code get the run off the top side?
No, he can't.
NASCAR trying to hang on to secure the third and final spot. He will get it over Nexus Code. And both Dawson cars will be heading home.
And if you are Doug, you are pissed because not only are both of your affiliate cars going home, you yourself will be starting within a very deep spot for this 500. Pretty much, for T-Motor's sake, an absolute disaster class for Camry Bunny Motorsports.
What an absolute showing for Typical. He is going to come home on top here today. He will be rolling off third for the Daytona 500. I'm an anti. Just to be safe, he did secure his pole by keeping that car clean. Kermit comes home second. That is a backup car. We're going to have to figure out some things to see if he will have to drop to the rear for the 500 or not. But Isolated races his way in, followed by two Sunbelt cars, Dexterity and Mac. We got Commander in sixth, Jacob in seventh, TXN in eighth. He raced his way in off speed in qualifying yesterday. Garrett comes up ninth. Montana secures a top 10. Dylan all the way back to 13th. Left cars were just too much. And right here, 16th, 17th, 18th, the key battle there at the end. Riley Davis Jr., he was in. But Sup NASCAR on the white flag gets back around Nexus Code and will take the third and final transfer position. Nexus Code and Sean will be going home.